Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Let me just make sure everything with the audio is good. It looks like it's good, but let me know in the chat if it is good, because every time I switch from StreamYard to Streamlabs whenever I stream solo, it gets a little weird sometimes. But it should be good, though. Appreciate everybody for being in the chat so early. Shout out to Teleport Dinero, Vader Fanatic for Life. Yeah. The title, I mean, dude, look, we're all about positivity over here on the Justin is Lost YouTube channel. You know, I'm reformed. A lot of people have been really disliking my videos, talking about how they really don't like my negativity. So I'm now reformed. I only speak positivity from now on. This chat box looks a little small. Can I make this a little bigger? Let's see. I don't know if that was a good idea. But what's up, GraphWeb? How you doing, Neostar Productions? And Laney, what's up? What's up? JJ Reds. Not first, but valiant effort. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here, all of you. I still haven't typed first in the chat, but good tries, good tries. I'm doing pretty good, man. You still didn't type first. Good try, though. All right, the chat box is bleeding over onto the stream. I don't know. I'll get it fixed. What's up, Mini Potato Farmer? How y'all doing? We're gonna be talking about a lot of positivity today because my dude Jeffrey from yesterday was having a lot of issues with the content. Let's see. Mike, what's up, Mike? How y'all doing? All right, we're gonna be talking about Shang-Chi reviews. I'm not gonna go for too long because I'm solo and I get out of breath and shit. So we're gonna get right into it. But we've gotten some new Shang-Chi reviews in the last, few hours. A lot of more people have seen it. Let's go over some of the ones that are, they're very, very real Shang-Chi reviews. Let's see. Oh, that's not the right screen. Hold on. I'll get there. 1 second. You and I have the same name, and it's also Justin too, but my nickname is J Money J. Yeah, people used to call me that too. We talk about Star Wars movies. We are going to talk about Star Wars later on in the stream. Yeah, I'm not falling for that, Indie Potato Farmer. Sorry, man. I'm not falling for that shit. Oh, now my dog's barking. Apologize for that, but let me see. Man, this sucks. My setup is not good for this, for solo streaming. Took the best nap earlier? Damn, that's nice. I wish I had time for naps. What's up, Kenny? How you doing, man? But yeah. I'm sorry about my dog, dude. Let me see. Just to make sure you can see this whole thing. And then we'll switch to this. Alright. Oh, dude, Shang-Chi's 100% gonna flop. Shang-Chi is 100% gonna flop. There's no question about it. And it's not even Shang-Chi's fault. Shang-Chi could be the best movie of all time and it would still flop. But I don't think it's going to be, but it could be. It could be the best movie of all. It doesn't matter. It's gonna flop just because of the circumstances that we're under right now. And it's not just because of, the illness that's happening or the lockdowns or anything. It's because the movie or the Marvel, the MCU has been going downhill. The interest has been going downhill ever since Endgame, which we all knew was going to happen. Whenever an entire universe reaches a big climax event, the interest is going to fall a little bit. The hype is going to, get to the top. It's going to peak, and then it's going to fall. That's what happens after a peak. Let's see. What's happening? LOL, people complain that you're negative. You should lie about what you really think. Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not gonna change my opinions because people think I'm negative. When in reality, I'm not really all that negative. I just say the truth, or what I think is the truth. And usually whatever I say goes. But when it comes to Robert Meyer Burnett, he saw Shang-Chi today. And Robert is a guy that, I respect a lot. I've met him a couple of times, talked to him a few times. A lot of people only know him from the John Campea show, but I'll say that even on his own YouTube channel, when he goes on other YouTube channels and when he's off stream, he's very much a different person than he is on the John Campea show. I'm not saying that he's fake or anything like that. I just think he's a little bit more professional when he's on John Campea's show. And he's a very I don't take him as a disingenuous guy at all. I don't think he would lie about his review on this for multiple reasons. For everything that I just said. I'm not showing the dog. She's not even in the room right now. Maybe I've showed her before, but I'll show her again a different time. She's not even in the room though. But yeah, I respect Rob a lot. And also he doesn't really gain anything from this. He doesn't gain anything from shilling. So I think that this is an honest review, but there are some question marks for sure. There are some signs with even this review that I'm like, damn. Did they really give people some bullet points to say in their reviews? Because let's read it real quick. Shang-Chi is an absolute triumph. It exists not as simply a comic book adaptation, but as a straight up wuxia fantasy epic. I don't even know what that word means. I'm not going to lie and say I do. I don't even know what that means. Surprisingly heartfelt, humorous, action-packed, and beautifully directed, I was wildly entertained the entire running time. It's top tier. And yeah, like I said, I really respect Rob. I really trust his opinions on things. He followed it up with this because I would imagine that every single time these guys give a review, especially when it's that positive, anyone like John Campea or Rob, anytime they give a review, they're going to be called to shill, especially when it's that positive. Yeah, all the subscribers are going to be called the Lost Legion now unless somebody gives me a better idea. But yeah, people were coming after him saying that he was going to be, that he was a shill, and he kind of responded with this. He says, no one pays me for reviews, nor am I on anyone's list of entertainment press. However, I'm open to both. And if I'm going to believe anyone that they don't get paid for reviews, I'm going to believe Rob. I don't think that he's lying. I don't think that he would lie to us. That's just me though. I respect Rob as a person a lot. The truth can't be negative. The truth is a fact. That's true. But I guess, there's only one truth. But certain people seem to believe that there's more than one truth for some reason. Going to watch Shang-Chi in the theater. I went to theaters for Suicide Squad 2, even though I have HBO Max. I will definitely be seeing Shang-Chi in the theater as well. No doubt about that. Robert is shilling for real and John Campea is the ultimate shill. I don't think so, dude. But there is some signs that point towards it. I'm not going to lie. I'll show you that right now. So as you can see by his, this review, the first tweet, he says Shang-Chi is an absolute triumph, right? And now look, that might just be like common. That might just be common movie critic speak. I don't know. But look at this. Drew Taylor, Shang-Chi is an absolute triumph. Yeah. I don't know, man. And he's not the only one. There's been a couple of others that I've seen say the same exact thing. Shang-Chi is an absolute triumph, and then they all just talk about how great the direction and the action is in the movie. So it's a little suspicious, but like I said, I really trust Rob. I respect him as a person. I don't think he would lie to us. And he doesn't strike me as a guy that would sell out, for sure. John didn't say there was no Snyder Cut. Come on. He never said that. Truth and fact do not depend on perspective. In fact, there's only one truth, and the notion of my truth or your truth is very idiotic. It's very stupid. There is only one truth. The truth is not subjective. The truth is objective. The truth has nothing to do with perspective at all. The truth is not subjective, as I said. Let's see. Can we all agree Asian guys are really cool? Yeah, man. Asian guys are the best. R&B, I trust him as a person. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. John Campea, on the other hand, is shifty. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to call John a shill or anything like that. I just think that a lot of these people... So science says that the truth... How is there science on the truth? The truth is one thing. I don't know, man. Like a truth, if I say a movie is good, that doesn't make it the truth. That makes it my opinion. You know, like the I don't even know how to explain or how to argue the fact that the truth isn't subjective, because it should be obvious to everyone that the truth is an objective thing. My truth or your truth are irrelevant. The truth is the only thing that matters when it comes to the truth. I don't know. It's so stupid. But yeah, when it comes to Rob, I don't think he's lying. He doesn't strike me as a sellout. He doesn't strike me as a liar, someone who's trying to shill. But John Campea, I'm not saying he's a liar either. I'm not saying he's a shill either for Disney or for Warner Bros. Or for anyone. I'm just saying that a lot of these people who go to these events, they have, it seems like great events. It seems like a great time to be at those events. So subconsciously, or, a lot of them, I'm sure, do it on purpose so that they get invited to more events, because let's face it, people like John, even if he does give it a negative review, will probably be invited back to the next one because he does have a very strong following. And even if he's not invited ever again, he'll be totally fine. It doesn't matter. So he can give bad reviews and still be invited back. But certain people, their entire brand, their entire following revolves around them getting invited to these things early, having this early access. Some journalism companies are solely built around the fact that they get early access to things and they can give reviews early. So they have to. They have no choice but to shill. They have no choice but to make sure 100% that they will be at the next premiere, because if they're not, they will, fade off into irrelevancy. So subconsciously, I think that people like John may sometimes oversell things simply because they want to return to these premiere events. Maybe it's not even he's thinking, oh, damn, I want to come back to this premiere event, so I have to upsell this. It's probably subconscious, but I think it does happen. What is true to one person can be false to another. No, that is not, okay, yes, I can perceive something as the truth, but if I perceive something as the truth and that isn't the truth, then I am wrong. That doesn't make what I perceive as the truth, that just makes me wrong. And the truth is always right. The truth is objective. So if I perceive the truth as one thing, you perceive the truth as another thing, and the truth is something totally different, then we are both wrong. My truth, your truth, does not matter. This movie is a triumph. Yes, this movie is such a triumph. Oh my God. What will be the fate of Eternals? Okay. I'm going to talk about that as well. We might as well just jump into it now. The fate of Eternals is not looking good. Kevin Feige said that he's open to Eternals Disney Plus release. And if you don't know, I'm sure all of you know this already. Yeah, that just makes it an opinion, not the truth. Exactly. But if you don't know this already, Shang-Chi is doing a theater-only release. If you don't know, Shang-Chi's doing a theater-only release for 45 days before they go to Disney Plus. So if they're already talking about they're open to an Eternals Disney Plus release, I don't know if that means that they'll do it at the same time. I'm sure they mean that they'll do it at the same time as a theater release, but still, the fact that they're already saying, you know what, we might just concede Eternals and just put it on Disney Plus immediately. It's not too good. It seems like they don't have too much faith in their movie. Let's see. Sorry, Jeffrey. I tried to title the stream the best as possible, man. I put positivity in there twice, so hopefully I'm being positive enough. Trying my best out here, man. Positivity all over the stream. If anyone says anything negative in the chat, you will be banned. I don't care if it's the truth, your truth, my truth. I don't care. You will be banned. I'm just kidding. Say all the negativity. I don't care. That's why we need facts, not what's the truth. What's the difference? If something is a fact, then it's the truth at the same time, right? Yeah, I mean, theaters aren't just dying out because of streaming services. They're also dying out because, the thing that's happening in the world right now, lockdowns, all that stuff. I can't say the word. I'm trying to dance around the word. But yeah, there's multiple reasons why theaters are dying. But dude, Shang-Chi could come back and save it, because if this movie really is good, if it does great opening weekend, let's say, I think its ceiling is probably 50 million opening weekend. If it gets a $50 million opening weekend, would be pretty good. If it gets great audience reviews and it's great word of mouth, it has great word of mouth, It could make 600, 700 million. That could bring everything back. That would be great for theaters. That would be great for, studios wanting to continue to make these big budget movies, because think about the big budget movies that have been happening recently. Black Widow and Suicide Squad are kind of the most recent two, and they both lost a lot of money. People are saying that they didn't lose money, they didn't flop. Yes, they did. Suicide Squad, I think, is at like 118 million right now. They paid $400 million if you include marketing and delays. They paid $400 million to make Suicide Squad. So far, it's made about a quarter of that back. That is crazy. So you don't, like, after seeing those numbers as a studio, from a studio perspective, I don't care how good you think it is. I don't care how good the audience score, the critic score. I don't care about any of that stuff. From a studio perspective, I'm thinking, why the hell am I going to pay all that money to make another big budget film if they're going to just bomb like that? And I'm going to spend 4 times the amount that I make back. It just doesn't make sense from a financial perspective at all. Oh yeah, I'm being totally ironic, man, because people like Jeffrey come in here and they're like, I'm too negative all the time. So I had to put positivity in the title so people are happy, but people will never be happy. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Yostar. What's everybody's, like, if you could only have one streaming service, what would it be? I think mine would be HBO Max. I think HBO Max is the best one. The only thing is, I wouldn't be able to get the Star Wars stuff if I don't have Disney Plus. That's tough. That's a tough decision. But yeah, here's what Feige said about Eternals being released on Disney Plus. I think a theater would be my preference, and Eternals director Chloe Zhao's preference. We will see where we go with it. I love the movies. I love going to the movies. He continued, I love making movies for people to see in a shared environment in a theater together. To us, that's what it's about. The hybrid release can also be good if you want customers to have a choice. In this case, the choice is in theaters for 45 days. Here's what I know. There's an opening weekend, and you can go see a movie. So, I don't know, man. I think that I don't know. It seems like not only has Bob Chapek kind of lost faith in Marvel movies being the juggernaut that it used to be with his comments recently, but also Kevin Feige, he's always going to try to stand by his actors, stand by his directors, stand by his movies, but making comments like this, for whatever reason, makes me feel like he doesn't have too much confidence. In the Eternals, at least. I'm sure he has confidence in Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and the next Thor movie, the next Guardians movie. Those will probably make a decent amount of money, but when it comes to Eternals, Shang-Chi, the Marvels, I don't think it's going to make too much. Yeah, we'll talk about Star Wars, man. Let's see. Let's talk about some Star Wars in 1 second. Phase 4 is going to be hot trash. Yeah, it probably is, man. I don't know why this chat box is so weird. Hold on. I gotta fix this. It's killing me. All right. That's a little better, but it's still like leaking off the screen. Hold on. Good enough. Yeah, my likes go up, but I still got 4 dislikes for no reason, dude. I put positive in the title twice and people are still dislike. How many times do I have to put positivity in the title for you people to like the stream? That doesn't make any sense. Pick something indie if they want something positive and trash the mainstream. I'm good, dude. I'll just keep trashing the mainstream. I'll keep trashing the mainstream until they make something good. And it's crazy because if you were to ask me like 2 years ago, I would probably be thinking, if 2 years ago me would watch my YouTube channel now, I would be like, damn, why is that guy so negative about everything? I would be in the same place as you are. The thing is, I've seen too much. I've learned too much. I can't ignore it anymore. It is what it is. I have to just accept it for what it is. And if I'm going to be able to talk about this stuff, I have to be able to speak my mind freely. I'm not going to censor myself. No matter how much people try to make me censor myself, this is what I truly think about. I never lie, I never lie. You know, and that's gonna make a lot of people hate me. That's gonna make a lot of people dislike my videos, dislike my streams. But it is what it is. Oh, DJ, I'm sorry, man. The Kevin Smith thing is kind of ironic, but he did do a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, dislikes definitely help with views. They definitely help with engagement. It's all about engagement. Oh, dude, I'm not down at all. I'm perfectly fine. I am really tired and out of breath, though. I just got finished running and decided to go live right after I got finished running for some reason. I don't know. It's pretty stupid. But I'm like really out of breath right now. Oh, no, it's not them anymore in the Potato Farmer. I don't know. It's just the weirdos. Every time I put Shang-Chi in the title, it gets disliked. I guess because it's like, it's ranking in search. So like there's those cult Marvel fans that tweet that weird shit on Twitter come in here and they're like disliking because I don't say everything positive about their movie. Oh yeah, dude, this stuff doesn't get to me at all. I appreciate that, DJ. Thank you, man. Or I don't know if you're a man or not, but thank you. I appreciate that. It's so crazy how much I have to watch what I say, dude. But yeah, I really appreciate that, DJ. Like I said yesterday, bad press is better than no press. Any views are worth it. Yeah. I'm not worried about it either way. They don't get to me, really. They used to. The thing that gets to me is like when people obsess over every single little thing I do. Like when people obsess over who I follow on Twitter and who I put in my recommended channels. That stuff is annoying. Just because, not because they're doing it, just because I feel like I have to watch every single little thing that I do. I have to watch who I follow on Twitter. I have to watch who I put in my recommended channels. Like, come on, man. Yeah, DJ is a legionnaire. For sure. It's gonna take me so long to actually remember to use that term. How have I made my mind up already? I've said multiple times that I want this movie to be good. I want every movie to be good. Especially Marvel movies, dude. I was the biggest Marvel fan a couple of years ago. The Spider-Man movie after Endgame is the one where I was like, all right, this kind of sucks. And then the shows came out and I was like, all right, these kind of suck. What? Yeah, Loki was really good, I think, up until the finale, and the finale kind of blew it for me. But I mean, look, if I ever say that I'll predict a movie that it's not going to make a lot of money, I'm like, look, if you look at everything that's going on in the world, if you look at the interest for Shang-Chi, there's literal websites that track interest for certain movies, for certain topics, for certain characters. There's websites that do all that stuff. If you go look on those websites, Shang-Chi is looking like a flop. If I say that, financially, Shang-Chi's looking like a financial flop, people are like, oh my God, why do you want this movie to be bad so bad? You didn't even see the movie yet and you already made your mind up. No, I didn't. When did I ever say in that statement that Shang-Chi is bad? When did I ever say that? I did it. I said it's going to be a financial failure. It's going to be a financial flop. That doesn't mean the movie is going to be bad. At all. Also, what MMA King just said, Shang-Chi got rejected by China too. And that's where they were trying their best to make their money, was in China. So if they're, I forgot to put music on. That's what's missing. Hold on. Let me put this music on. Why it's so quiet in here? Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier was god awful. The other two weren't so bad. I liked WandaVision more than most people, I think. A lot of people really didn't like WandaVision, especially the finale. And then I really liked Loki. A lot of people hated on Loki. I liked Loki up until the finale of that one. The finale really, I just didn't like it. But WandaVision I liked more than most people. I gotta fix this chat box, man. I have to. All right. Hope this isn't too loud. Looks like it's a little loud. Let me know how that level is for the music. Yo, shout out to Kai Jones, by the way. If you're in the chat, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that. Damn. Solo streaming is hard, man. The only thing that doesn't get rejected by China. Oh my god, dude. You trying to get me banned. My theories with the shows are not just with MOM. What is MOM? But introducing a... Damn, what is MOM? I feel like an idiot. Introducing a new group of X-Men and also driving into Nexus beings. Yeah, I think so too. I think that the shows are definitely leading into the X-Men stuff. Maybe even Fantastic Four stuff. I don't know. I definitely can tell that they're serving a larger purpose. I really didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier at all. Let's see. Yeah, I know, man. All right, we can get into the Star Wars talk. I can tell Teleport De Niro really wants to talk about Star Wars. I don't know if y'all saw this. I thought it was pretty interesting. I might be able to be interested in it. But apparently there's a Finn prequel slash sequel Star Wars series in the works for Disney Plus. And I don't really know anything about the hashtag show. I think they were the people who originally reported this. I don't know anything about them, but I have heard, I talked to some people who do know about them, and they said that they're pretty reliable, especially lately. They've been pretty spot on with their leaks and their reports. So I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you would want to see a Finn show, because I don't really know how I feel about it. This week we can share that it appears John Boyega's Finn may be getting an upcoming Disney Plus series. It had been previously announced that J.D. Dillard and Matt Owens were working on a Star Wars film. According to multiple inside sources, that movie concept is now being repurposed as a series. J.D. Dillard and Matt Owens are still attached and have since retooled the movie to now be a longer form Disney Plus series focusing on Finn. So, I mean, yeah, John Boyega did come out and say, he was like, you're not going to Disney Plus me. I don't know if y'all remember that. But back when Disney Plus kind of first launched, he was doing press for The Rise of Skywalker, I think. And they asked him if he would ever come back for a Disney Plus show or for a movie. And he said, no, you're not going to Disney Plus me. Looks like they're Disney Plusing him. And I always thought that statement was really arrogant and really... not naive, but it's kind of disrespectful. Not just to Disney Plus, not just to Disney, but think about all the big stars that were announced to be on Disney Plus by then. We already had Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian, and we had Ewan McGregor coming back for Kenobi. So that's very disrespectful to both of those people. To everyone involved with any show on Disney Plus. The actors, the director, all that stuff. Anyone involved with any of those projects, that's extremely disrespectful for someone who hasn't, let's face it, hasn't been that successful in Hollywood. John Boyega, he's good. I really like him. I think he's a really good actor. I think he was really good in Star Wars as well for what he was given. The movies weren't that great, but him as Finn, I liked. I really wish they would have done more with him. I think he's a good actor. He's a likable dude. But what he said there was really, really arrogant and really disrespectful. And I thought that it was like, I don't know, man. You were in 3 Star Wars movies. Do you think you're just hot shit now because you were in a few Star Wars movies? I mean, you kind of are, but when it comes to getting future roles, when it comes to getting future projects, you're going to need to lower your standards a bit because you haven't really proven that much. Like, think about Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker is an absolute legend. He's an absolute legend for that role, and he hasn't really been cast in much that's not voice acting. He's kind of just, he's made his career post Star Wars off of voice acting pretty much. He's in a couple things here and there at, in live action. But other than that, he's really just been a voice actor. So it's not like once you do a trilogy of Star Wars movies, you're set for life when it comes to getting future roles. You might be set for life financially, maybe. I don't really know what his deal was because he was relatively unknown at the time that he signed on to do it. He might be set for life financially, but he's not set for life for getting future roles. Not at all. Look at Robert Pattinson with Twilight. Look at Daniel Radcliffe with Harry Potter. It happens all the time. Hayden Christensen. I don't think Hayden Christensen is the best actor in the world, but he's not terrible. He should be getting more than he got. Yeah, Attack the Block was kind of good. And he was pretty good in it as well. But that's one movie, He did that one movie and then he did a Star Wars trilogy, and that's it. And there's a lot of people out there who have done a lot more, a lot better than Boyega, and aren't getting cast in that much. And I think he might be realizing that. He might be seeing his co-stars, because what has he really been cast in? He really hasn't been cast in anything. Attack the Block 2. That's it. He hasn't been cast in anything, and you see, dude, what's the guy? Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac has been cast. Dude, he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it, dude. I would say out of everyone on the sequel trilogy Star Wars cast, Oscar Isaac has probably been the most successful ever since, out of everyone on that cast. Even Adam Driver. Adam Driver definitely has been getting cast in some things, but not as much as Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is absolutely killing it in Hollywood right now. And honestly, rightfully so. I think he's a really good actor. Let's see. Let's read some of the chats real quick. It's so hard to look over here and see the chats. Boyega is woke like Elba. Yeah, he kind of is woke, but just, separating the art from the artist. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's not that proven, but I think he's a pretty good actor, and he definitely did well for what he was given in the sequels. Pacific Rim 2, that's true. I forgot about that. I actually really like Pacific Rim movies. They're proven. Hold on, let me see what this dude's saying. They're proven through calculation and experience, or something that definitely occurred in the past. Truth is entirely different. It may include fact, but it can also, no, it cannot. A truth cannot be a belief. That is two total different things. Think about when two people go to court. They both are saying different truths, even though they're not truths if they're just beliefs. They're both having different opinions. They both have different perspectives of what happened, but the truth doesn't exist until the final verdict is announced. The final verdict of that case is the truth. Truth doesn't exist until that's announced. A truth is not a belief. And if something is a fact, it is the truth. Let's just say I'm driving in a car and I'm riding with, I have somebody in the passenger seat, and I'm going 50 miles an hour on the highway. Somebody's like, the passenger's like, damn, you're going really fast, dude, slow down. I'm like, dude, I'm going 40. What do you mean? I'm going slow. We're both wrong. We both have different perspectives. I think I'm going 40. That is my truth. The person in the passenger seat thinks I'm going 60 or 70. That's their truth, even though it's totally irrelevant. But the truth is, the number on the speedometer is 50 miles an hour. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. What I think, it doesn't matter what he thinks. The truth is what matters, and the truth is not subjective. And it's also a fact that it says 50 miles an hour on the speedometer. So it's a fact and the truth. I don't know what this guy, like, dude, it's not that deep, There's only one truth, and it's an objective thing. It's not a subjective thing. Truth is not a belief. All right, I'm done with the truth talk. Luke Skywalker was supposed to be the strongest Jedi in the galaxy. They never showed us the strength of old Luke. They kind of did, though, in The Mandalorian. I guess he wasn't old Luke at that point, but I don't know. We definitely did get robbed. I will not argue with you on that. And I'm not the biggest sequel trilogy hater out there. I will admit that. I don't. The Rise of Skywalker is pretty bad, but even I would still sit down and watch it. But I would say a good way to describe it is I frown upon them. I think that they're a huge missed opportunity. And yeah, we definitely got robbed, no doubt. All right, Tristan, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I guess your truth is I'm wrong. My truth is I'm right. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. Keep going around in your life thinking that the truth is subjective. I'm sure you'll get really far. Go ahead and, me too some people. Believe all women, Like Finn is a character that was mistreated badly by Kathleen Kennedy and was relegated as a derivative side character that was always running behind Rey. And yeah, and then whenever Boyega was asked if he would do, like, come back for Star Wars in the future, in that same interview, I think it was, he said that he would come back as long as Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams are involved. And that's just, I think he was kind of just pandering so that he could get future jobs, but I don't know. That's up to me. All right, so Tristan, if I believe that I'm a cow, is that the truth? Is the truth that I'm a cow? No, you sound stupid. You sound dumb as fuck. It's not even philosophic. It's kind of just common sense, man. I would love to get philosophic on here. I really would, but that's just common sense. I hate this. The fact that it's such like a dangerous way of thinking that the world thinks that the truth is subjective now, and this my truth, your truth stuff is just so, it's so dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. Let's talk Star Wars anime series. I talked about that for like 2 hours yesterday, but I think it's cool. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a good thing. I'll put it this way: if it was coming out at the same time as Book of Boba or Mando or Kenobi, I would not care at all about the show. But I think it's good. It's something good to hold us over until like the real good stuff comes out. That's how I think of it. It looks really cool though. I'm hoping that it's really good. It looks really good, and I think that the people that are involved in it, they definitely love Star Wars. They're definitely Star Wars fans. So I think it's going to be pretty good. George Lucas stated Luke was strongest Jedi ever. I think Mandalorian showed us. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that if that was loud. I think Mandalorian showed us his Jedi Master strength, but his level during Last Jedi, I think he should have been able to dispatch armies. Yeah, but that is that's tough though, because how do you make a very entertaining movie with a lot of people get mad at me when I say that, but if you have a Luke Skywalker that could actually face down the entire First Order and just crush them with his fist, which is kind of how a lot of people wanted Luke to be, including myself, I would love to see a great story with that Luke Skywalker, but I'm not sure how you pull it off at the same time. Yeah, my truth is 3 + 4 = 8. Exactly. But it's a fact that that's true. It is a fact that I do believe that I'm a cow, even though I was lying. So it's not a fact, actually. All right, Tristan. I guess you're just trolling at this point. I thought we were having an actual conversation, but Luke as an old Jedi should have been stronger than what we see in The Mandalorian. Yeah, man, for sure. No doubt. He should have been able to face down the entire First Order and just crush them. But I just don't know how you tell a great story with that. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody said something. Are you a fan of The Last Jedi movie? By a fan, I'm not sure what you mean. Like, do I think that it's a great movie? No, but would I watch it again if somebody asked me to? Yeah, I definitely would. The Last Jedi wasn't the one that really made me think that Star Wars was going downhill. The Rise of Skywalker was the one that did that for me. I was still totally in after The Last Jedi. But that was kind of back when I didn't even, the thought of not liking a Star Wars movie never even crossed my mind. I was not involved in the Star Wars YouTube space. I was not involved in even the movie YouTube space. I found that, honestly, maybe early 2019. And once I got into that and I started learning, I went to film school as well. So I started learning what is good and what is bad objectively inside of movies. And then I saw The Rise of Skywalker and I was like, what the hell was that? That was awful. That's the first time that it even crossed my mind that a Star Wars movie could even be bad. When I saw The Last Jedi, I was just excited to see Star Wars. It wasn't even in my brain. It wouldn't even compute if someone told me that a Star Wars movie was bad at that point in time. And it's a good and bad thing. It's kind of a blessing and a curse to now have the knowledge to be able to, decipher what's a good and bad Star Wars movie. Because now when I go back and watch, The Phantom Menace, I don't really like it that much anymore. Still because simply because of Jar Jar. but still. A great example of how truth is not fact. Math and science have all facts, and truth-sorted people just need to learn how to be literate. What? Truth-sorted people. I don't even know what that means. Sorry, man. You're wrong on this one. I'm just gonna like not respond to you anymore. A little bit. Okay. I still didn't see dude, I know a lot of people that haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. You're not missing out on much. There was some good moments in there for sure, but they ruined Kylo at the end. They definitely ruined Kylo, and that was my favorite character of the sequels. So whenever I saw them ruin Kylo, whenever Kylo kissed Rey, that's when I was like, yeah, that was bad. I don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Star Wars is on a downtrend right now. But the Mandalorian brought me back. The Mandalorian brought me back, and I think that Star Wars is on an uptrend for sure. Let's look at some more details on this, though. Plot details are light, but we're told that John Boyega will return as Finn. The series would explore his backstory, including how he came to be. Oh, so when they say a sequel/prequel, they really mean that it's going to be a prequel and then a sequel. That's kind of cool. The series would explore his backstory, including how he came to be in the First Order. It would also show where the character is going in post Rise of Skywalker world. That's kind of cool. The plot in the future will have ties and share a villain with his past, although no further info is available at this time. The series could be a replacement for the Rangers of the New Republic series. Now look, man, as much as I love Gina Carano, as much as I absolutely love Gina Carano as a person, and I wish she would have stayed. I wish she would have never got fired, no doubt. And I hope that she, I obviously wish her the best in her career going forward, and I would love to see her return to Star Wars. I was not excited for Rangers of the New Republic at all. So if the Finn series is going to replace that show, I don't mind it. I know there's a lot of sequel haters out there that are like, I don't want to see any characters from the sequels. I don't want to see any post Rise of Skywalker stuff. I don't want to see anything in that time period at all. Let's stick to the Mandalorian time period and not go anywhere near that. And I respect that for sure. But at the same time, I think it'll be pretty cool to see how, because Finn was like stolen from his family, right? To see how a stormtrooper, how they go about stealing people from their family and turning them into stormtroopers, that would be cool initially. And to see a post Rise of Skywalker world through Finn's lens, yeah, that sounded weird as hell. Through Finn's lens could be really cool. You said it wouldn't be cool if Luke faced on the whole First Order single-hand. No, it would be. It would be amazing. That's not what I said at all. I said that's what I would want. I would love to be able to see that Luke. I don't know how they could tell a compelling story and have that Luke Skywalker go through trials and tribulations if he could literally just crush the entire First Order at the snap of a finger. If they could do it, though, that is what I would want. No question about it. But Justin, remember that's what Obi-Wan and Anakin did in Episode 3 by the time of Revenge of the Sith. What do you mean? How did they face down... I don't know what you mean. How did they face down something equivalent to the entire First Order? Obi-Wan and Anakin were strong enough to take on the whole Separatist army. The Separatist army was not the same thing, though. They couldn't beat the clones. I guarantee you if the clones turned on them, they couldn't kill all of the clones. They couldn't kill the entire Empire. They definitely could have made Finn a lot better, no doubt. He had so much potential, and they did not fulfill it. Yeah, they couldn't beat all the clones. There's no way. And obviously, Anakin and Obi-Wan are way more powerful than clones, but an entire clone army is just not possible. Jedi was that GDLK. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Indie Potato Farmer. I would actually like to do a politics channel, but for one, it might ruin my chances of ever getting a job again if I did. And for two, I'm not that well educated. So if I did start talking politics, I would probably get roasted. This camera angle makes me look so short, man. I need to move my camera down. It's only when I do streams. But I'll probably get roasted because I'm not like a nerd when it comes to it. I just have beliefs and I like to spout those beliefs off. It's not that complicated though. Whatever is, I'm just in, whenever it comes to question what I believe in, I just think, is this in favor of freedom or against freedom? And I always go with the in favor of freedom option. But yeah, I would love to do a politics channel. I wouldn't be able to do it alone though, because I'm posting 2 videos on this channel every day. Lately, I've been streaming every single day, either on this channel or on other people's channels. So I wouldn't be able to do that alone. I would need somebody else to run it with me. Jedi were getting routed. That's why they got the clones. That's true. They had to bring in the clones to win Attack of the Clones. Oh, dude, I don't identify with a certain side of politics. No way. I think that's stupid to limit your beliefs like that. But every time I start talking about my beliefs, people say I sound like a libertarian, but even them, I disagree. I disagree with libertarian ways as well sometimes. Even though, like, I'm not even gonna go that deep into it, because, like I said, not that well versed. If someone was in here that was super well versed in libertarianism and politics, I would sound like an idiot if I started talking about it. Yeah, Jedi needed the clones for sure. Oh, GDLK is godlike. Okay. The Mandalorian brought back hope and joy again for Star Wars, especially the female characters, including Gina Carano, Cara Dune, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, even the female Mando. Yeah, for sure. And it always felt organic. It was never like, oh, they're trying to do some female empowerment stuff. It just felt like they were doing, making cool characters that just happen to be female, and that's the way to go. That is 100% the way to go. Let's see. No Jedi was that guy, like they had to still put in work. I mean, yeah, that's true. Luke was training, Luke was learning about the Force for so long to become that strong. Plus he already had the, godlike blood. I don't know, man. It's kind of all I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to have a real positive stream, Positive reviews. Kevin Smith saves He-Man. I guess I could talk about that a little bit, but I kind of wanted to talk about Star Wars. Positivity, But if anybody else got anything to talk about in the chat, let me know. Other than that, man, I don't know. It's kind of it. I can look on some stuff real quick and try to find something to talk about. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna end it here. Oh, I like episode 2 as well. I like it a lot more than episode 1. People say that Attack of the Clones is the worst one. Dude, I like Attack of the Clones way better than Phantom Menace. Like, not even close. Not even close, dude. The only good part in the Phantom Menace to me is the Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon fight. That's it. That's it. Like that's like every time I think back, maybe the pod race was pretty cool. Other than that, it's not good, dude. I have heard a little bit about that, the Masters of the Universe CGI show, but I don't know much about it. I don't know who's involved with it. I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's a thing. Obi-Wan and Anakin were army level? What do you mean by that? Yeah, they took down a Star Destroyer. I don't think all the droids were on that Star Destroyer, but they didn't take down the entire Separatist army because they almost lost later on in that movie. if they didn't bring the clones in, they would have lost the Separatist army. Should Mace Windu get his own series? I don't know. That would be really cool, but I don't think it would ever happen. I think he might cameo in a couple things. I would love to see it. Yeah, he should. Yes. If it was from the time, starting right after the Phantom Menace, that's when I would want to see. Or not the Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith. Ooh, that's tough. Real unapologetic. That's so tough, man. And I feel like it rotates all the time. I gotta say Revenge of the Sith. It always goes between Revenge of the Sith and Empire, and sometimes even A New Hope. But probably Revenge of the Sith. I would say most of the time, if I were to watch any Star Wars movie, if I could pick to watch any Star Wars movie, it would be Revenge of the Sith. How tall am I? I'm like 6'10", 7 foot, something like that. Give or take a few inches. Darth Maul is my favorite villain since 3 years old. I don't understand why people love... Okay, I understand why you can love Maul now because of how fleshed out his character has been since Phantom Menace and since the prequels. But how do people love Maul so much after the Phantom Menace? All he did was look cool. And now I think he's played out a bit. I think he's in too much stuff. I know that's super unpopular to say, and people get mad at me whenever I say that, but I think Maul has been in too much stuff. To say that, apparently, like, a rumor out there has been that George Lucas's sequel trilogy would have had Maul in it as the villain. And when I hear that, I'm like, honestly, thank God that didn't happen, because I am tired of Maul. He's in too much stuff now. To be fair, wasn't everybody getting sick of the Lucas dramatic style of films and all the opera, and he stepped down, then Kennedy took over, and now everybody is like bringing Lucas back? Well, I was kind of too young to be thinking that deep about it. I just loved Star Wars at the time, and what Kathleen has done with Star Wars, I haven't loved. So I don't know if she has been creatively involved. I would say that she's probably not been very creatively involved, but Kathleen Kennedy has also made a shit ton of mistakes. Like simply having no plan for the sequel trilogy would be mistake number one, even though she was apparently pressured by Bob Iger and Alan Horn to get the films out fast. You have to be able to make a plan, even if it's on the fly. Just make some sort of plan and stick to it. Even if you think that you could change some things to make the plan better, doesn't matter. Just make a plan and stick to it so that you have one cohesive story. No matter who's directing, no matter who's writing, everyone's on the same page. You have to have that. And she didn't have that. That's mistake number one, or biggest mistake, I would say. Then she just makes mistakes all the time when it comes to hires and fires. It seems like every single time, at least in the last few years. Recently, it seems like it's been getting a little bit better now that John and Dave have been getting a little bit more power. But when Kathleen Kennedy, before the time of John and Dave, before the time of The Mandalorian, it seemed like every time someone was hired onto a Star Wars project and we got excited, they were fired 6 months later for creative differences. So I think that she's made a lot of mistakes. And I think that at this point, they got Star Wars, in 2012? So let's just say 2015 to now. It's been 6 years. And the only stuff that's come out that's been really good or really, kind of universally liked by fans with The Mandalorian, and I guess maybe Clone Wars Season 7, she hasn't had much to do with. And she didn't, I don't think she executive produced The Clone Wars. I don't think she didn't executive produce Bad Batch, for sure. And she's not executive producing Book of Boba. So it's definitely, she's kind of fading out, or getting phased out. It's all good, Glenn. I appreciate you for being here, though. Lucas should still be replaced, just not with KK. Looks like Jon Favreau's got next. I don't think Jon Favreau wants it. I would love to see it, but I don't think he wants it. I think he wants to go out there and create stuff. I don't think he wants to be worried about hires and fires unless it pertains to his projects specifically. But especially a studio head of Lucasfilm, because you gotta think Lucasfilm is a lot more than just Star Wars. So if he's the head of Lucasfilm, he can't just focus on Star Wars anymore. He has to focus on all Lucasfilm properties. Yeah, Greg, it's a facetious title, man, because a lot of people have been saying that I'm super negative about things, so I had to put a lot of positivity in the stream title. But thank you for being here, Greg. He definitely did not save He-Man. He definitely did the opposite of He-Man, or the opposite for He-Man. But thank you for being here, Greg. Appreciate it, man. Okay, bro, you went to film school when you directed a Star Wars movie? Well, since I have been shitting on Star Wars and Marvel and other Disney properties for about the last 6 months, pretty much every single day, I would say that I would never direct a Star Wars movie. I would never work for any of those companies. But it is what it is. But yeah, Lucas, I don't know if Lucas should have been replaced. Maybe as a studio head, but I don't think that he should have been like pushed out of Star Wars completely. I think he should have stayed on involved, but just to help out with storytelling at the very least. Just to make sure that not only is there a cohesive story, like if George Lucas was around, he not only would not let them make that stupid mistake of not having a cohesive or a plan for a cohesive story throughout 3 movies, not only would he prevent that from happening, but he would also make sure that all of these movies feel like Star Wars. He would make sure that none of these movies would not feel like Star Wars if George was around. You know what I mean? George would just prevent the stupid stuff from happening. And then we have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni in there to make sure that the storytelling is top tier. Because I think George just kind of got bored with it. Jon Favreau would be in there to make sure that the directing, the writing, all that is on point, and Dave Filoni would be in there to make sure that the storytelling is great. Everything is working in canon, and he knows how to pull really obscure characters out and make them really, really well known and really well liked. Justin, you're gonna have 100K subs one day. That would be amazing, man. But I'm just happy with 10K. I never thought I'd get to 10K. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. Everybody who has supported the channel, who's supporting it now. I appreciate all of you. I really do. It's pretty insane, man. George Lucas would have gotten Finn a lightsaber, probably. He definitely would have had a plan for Finn. Or if George wouldn't have gotten Finn a lightsaber, he wouldn't have teased it so much. Finn. I was a fan of the original He-Man, and he was a kid that had toys. Oh, and was a kid that had toys. I waited over 20 years for dirty toilet paper. Yeah, that's the people that I feel the most bad for, man. Like the people who have been wanting a new He-Man show to just be like the old one, just to see He-Man do cool He-Man stuff again, and it gets pushed to the side for the female characters. That's the people I feel the most bad for when it comes to this, because I'm not, and I never claimed to be a big He-Man fan. I just hate when people do that stuff to anything in pop culture. Hate that shit, man. Yeah, that's true, Greg. He should have at least had some sort of veto power for sure. Just like I said, just to stick around. It was obvious that George, he kind of wanted to sell it a little bit. He definitely did get coerced into selling it. He kind of got, I guess, persuaded into selling it. But he wouldn't have sold it if he wasn't getting a little bit tired of it. So I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to stick around and be the studio head still. But he could have at least stuck around and just made sure that they didn't do anything really stupid like they ended up doing. Yeah, KK did say they had no material to work off of. That was egregious. She didn't care about the story. She did say that. And I think that she meant that I don't think that she meant that there was no source material. I think that she knows about Legends and stuff. I think what she meant was that they want to go in a direction that doesn't have any source material. Like they chose on purpose to go in a direction that has no source material. They want to tell an original story on purpose. But I think that what she said, especially in the time period that she was in whenever she said it, in the time period that in the state of Star Wars and the Star Wars fandom, what she said when she said it was in very poor taste. Like that was a stupid thing to say in the time period that we were in. Stupid. Oh dang. Ninja Turtles are getting a live action reboot? I did not know about that. Justin will do a backflip when he hits 11K. Yeah, I really would if I know how to do a backflip. George should have had a... Yeah, I read that already. Let's see. I agree Maul was great in Clone Wars. I wasn't a fan of Rebels, but Darth Maul still made a damn good villain. He definitely did, man, and there was a lot of great Maul moments in those animated shows, but I think he's done now. He needs to not show up in anything else. It needs to be done. Yeah, really bad timing on her part, for sure. It was really dumb. Like, come on. You have to just read the room a little bit, you know? Just read the room. People are really upset about Star Wars at that time period. They're really upset with Kathleen Kennedy specifically, what she has done with Star Wars. And then she goes out there and says that, like, and most of the people that are upset about Kathleen Kennedy and upset about what Star Wars has become are people that have read the source material, that have read Legends books or EU books, whatever you want to call it. Did you just switch accounts? Teleport De Niro? I hated the Michael Bay Turtles and I'll never forgive Megan Fox. Yeah. You know what never fails to get me hungry? Whenever the Ninja Turtles eat pizza. For whatever reason, that pizza always looks so good. How would Darth Maul be the villain in the sequel trilogy? I don't know. That's what they said. They said it was going to be Darth Maul and Darth Talon. It was going to be George's sequel trilogy villains. That's obviously a rumor. I don't think we know exactly what George's sequel trilogy would be. And I don't think we ever will know. Maybe if, you know, I don't know. I hate talking about it, but maybe on George's deathbed, he might release it. We know George was influenced by humanities, legends, and great Japanese films. Surely Disney, who often animates old tales, could have found other timeless tales. Yeah, that is true. They definitely could have done that. And if you look at The Mandalorian, they do that a lot as well. They do that a lot. Even in small stuff that's executed so well that it becomes big stuff. Think about, I've been rewatching The Mandalorian recently, and think about the Ahsoka episode. In like kind of the climax of the episode, whenever Ahsoka is fighting, I always forget the girl's name. The lady's name with the Beskar spear. She's fighting that lady. Let me know in the chat what her name is, man. I hate that I always forget it, but it's so hard to remember for some reason. But when there's a Western on one side of the wall, and then Mando and the other guy are fighting, or Mando and the other guy are fighting, and it's a Western on that side, and it's like a samurai movie on the other side of the wall with Ahsoka and the magistrate. That's some stuff. And then Favreau comes out and says, he just says it straight up. He's like, The Mandalorian doesn't take inspiration from the original trilogy. It takes inspiration from the stuff that inspired the original trilogy. And that's why it feels like Star Wars. Because if you get inspired by previous Star Wars projects, you're just going to feel like a clone or a watered down version of those projects. But if you take inspiration from what inspired those original projects, you will feel like the original trilogy. And that's what The Mandalorian feels like. That's why it's so good, because you actually have people that understand how to make the content that we want. It's been said a million times, but it's the truth. Yes, I am in fact a shill. I love Shang-Chi. It was a great movie. It's a triumph, you know, great action. Let me check my bullet points from Disney to make sure I'm hitting all the notes real quick. It's a action-packed, great direction. Did I mention it's a triumph? Great triumph. Top tier. Great job, Marvel. How do I live myself knowing I'm a clickbaiter? It's really tough, man. I struggle to sleep at night. Me and a Black Jedi, yeah. I think ABJ struggles as well sometimes. We kind of message every once in a while. We're like, man, I kind of hate myself because I'm such a clickbaiter. I don't know what I'm going to do. And we just agree. We're just like, we try to comfort each other, but it really just doesn't work. We're so distraught over clickbaiting. Yeah, the Ahsoka episode was very good, and it was very surprising because... Oh, what's up, Paul? How you doing, man? It was very surprising because I didn't like the Filoni episode at all in the first season. I think he might have directed 2 episodes. I think I was rewatching it, and after I rewatch episodes, I like to go watch other people's reactions. What's up, Darth Vader? How you doing? And thank you, man. Appreciate that. I guess I'm getting invaded by those weird ass people right now. But I saw that, I think it was Blind Wave said that oh my god. I think, yeah, they said that Filoni directed the first episode of The Mandalorian. If that's true, that episode wasn't bad, but the 5th episode of the first season was terrible, man. It was terrible. And that was one that I know Filoni for sure directed. So to see him do a good job in the 2nd season. Yeah, it was only 1 episode with Ahsoka. I actually thought it was multiple too until I recently rewatched it. Yeah, Glenn, he's a troll, man. Don't worry about him. Just let him do his thing. But yeah, I was very impressed with what Filoni did with that Ahsoka episode. Very impressed. Didn't expect it. I was very worried about his future his future directions after seeing that episode. But Cooper Brock says, "Sub Justin, you inspire me to finally follow through with starting my own Star Wars YouTube page, learning how to edit videos right now. I hope someday." Yeah, for sure, man. If you ever want to collab, DM me on Twitter. If anybody ever wants to get in touch with me, my DMs are open, so just hit me up on Twitter. That's awesome, man. If I really did inspire you to make a Star Wars YouTube channel, that's pretty cool. Blows my mind every time I see messages like that. And it's insane. I don't know what I'm doing that's special. I just get in front of a camera and say my opinions, but I really appreciate it. Let's see. Can you guys hear this? Hold on. Oliver says, "Mr. Justin, rumor says Kevin Smith." Ooh, I want to try to do something real quick. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to work, and it might be very loud. So everybody prepare yourselves. Let me see. Please.
And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel.
I don't know if you had volume on that, but that's what I think about the Kevin Smith rumors. But I did see Clownfish TV. They reported it as well, and they did use Mike Zero as a source for that. Oh, he's not... I don't think the rumor was that he was directing any Mandalorian episodes, though. He was directing the Acolyte series episodes. But yeah, since Clownfish TV talked about it, I think it could be true because Clownfish TV definitely do have sources. They definitely 100% have sources, especially within Disney. They used to work for Disney. So if they're reporting it, if they're putting it on their website, they're sacrificing potential integrity for them. I think it could be true. I think that the rumor is probably definitely out there. Maybe they're in talks with Kevin Smith to direct some stuff, but I don't know. It's all stemming from Mike Zero. So I would just keep that in mind. Yeah, Star Wars Theory is actually my cousin. Yeah. Yeah, Cobra Kai is awesome, dude. I love Cobra Kai. Can you destroy Disney? I have foreseen this. Oh, you can. Yeah, I'm gonna take Disney down, dude, single-handedly. I wonder how many people run into Gina Carano and shoot their shot. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are very intimidated by her. I take it all in. Oh, what's up, Padawannabe? I take it all in and fit together and have fun. It's all Star Wars. I've seen licenses and been let down for decades. They're just movies. Yeah. That's how, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I see it as well. It's hard for me to dislike Star Wars. It really is. If I see lightsabers in the Force and stuff like that, it's hard. X-Wings especially. I love good chase scenes in Star Wars. And The Force Awakens had a few of those really good chase scenes. X-Wings, the Millennium Falcon. It's hard, man. It's hard to dislike Star Wars when it has all that stuff. But I can acknowledge that the sequels are definitely a gigantic missed opportunity. There's no questioning it. I mean, we didn't even see the big three, or I guess the big four, with Chewie included. We didn't even see all of them put together in the same scene. It's unreal that you can miss it. That's another thing that if George Lucas was around, he wouldn't allow that to happen. He wouldn't allow stupid stuff like that to be missed. He wouldn't allow just easy layups for a great nostalgic, emotional moment. He wouldn't allow that to be missed. He wouldn't allow that opportunity to be missed at all. Let's see. Yeah, Cobra Kai is definitely Star Wars done right. I always talk about that as well. Cobra Kai is a great example of how you honor the original characters, honor the original content, while also passing the torch a little bit. They pass the torch, but they also let the original characters do stuff. They're also very, very involved in the story. And it's not in a way that they get put down by the new people. They don't get overpowered. Like, imagine, I always forget the little kids' names, but imagine if the new characters were to fight their teachers. They would get their ass kicked. And they definitely like hammer that home that they are, well, sometimes, that the teachers are more powerful than the students most of the time. At least when they're first starting out, for sure. As they learn more and more, they might be able to compete with their teachers more and more, but they hammer that home in Cobra Kai. Of course, they pushed the movie out over 3 years. That's not enough time regardless. Yes, Lucas would have kept the story right. Well, they pushed the movies out, yeah, I guess 3 years. Kind of 4 years, but yeah, it is what it is. And they also had movies in between. Rogue One and Solo, so yeah. Yeah, not all students surpass their masters, but a lot of them do, especially if you're a good master. You know, if you're a good master, then you'll probably train your student to be better than you. Yeah, exactly, Greg. It was awesome to see Johnny become a likable character, for sure. Dude, I'm so excited for the next season of Cobra Kai. I hate that Netflix always hides their release dates until like the last minute. I want to know when it comes out. If you think about it, yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm not talking about him anymore. My favorite Disney era Star Wars movie is The Force Awakens, and it's not even close. You ever see or play Rise, Son of Rome? No, I don't even know what that is. Maybe after her movie Gina will return for Rangers? Maybe. I don't think so. I think that, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Trying to watch Ralph Macchio do karate in those episodes hurt my body. It was awesome though, man. I don't know what the hell Rise, Son of Rome is. Cobra Kai is dropping on December 31st? Dude, that's so long. Yeah, can you send it to me on Twitter, Paul? I can put my Twitter link in the chat one more time. The best Jedi movie? The best Jedi movie? You mean the best Star Wars movie? Is Return of the Jedi? Prove me wrong. I don't like Return of the Jedi. Oh, I love Return of the Jedi, but I don't like it compared to the other movies. I don't like the Ewok stuff at all. Not because of the Ewoks. I just like, I know that it's a great storytelling trope. I know that it's a great filmmaking trope or whatever, but the dual storytelling stuff sometimes really gets on my nerves when it comes to Star Wars, because there's always two things going on when it comes to the climax of the movies. There's always the two Force users going at it, and then at the same time, well, I mean, in Revenge of the Sith, there's two Force users going at it with Obi-Wan and Anakin. You can't send it in the chat because you're not a mod. You can't. I don't think you can send links in the chat, but maybe you can try it. But in Revenge of the Sith, there's Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then there's Yoda and Palpatine going at it. But in Return of the Jedi, there is Luke and the Emperor and Vader. And the whole time I'm like, I just want to see what's happening with them. And they keep swapping back to what's happening outside. And it's just, I don't care. It's the stuff that was happening with Han and the Ewoks and Leia and all them. It's whatever. It's okay, but it's boring in my opinion. I don't know. I don't like that part of the dual storytelling. Yeah, December 31st is so far away, man. But yeah, that's why I don't like Return of the Jedi. I think it's a very rare great ending to a trilogy. We don't see very often great endings to trilogies, and Return of the Jedi is definitely a great ending to a trilogy. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often at all. It's hard. It's extremely hard. And it was a great ending, for sure. Empire Strikes Back was my favorite. Favorite lightsaber battle was Luke and Darth in Return of the Jedi. So raw and emotional. Yeah, it really was. I still get chills every time. I watched that the other day too. I've been watching a lot of Star Wars stuff. I still get chills whenever I see Luke throw his lightsaber and he's like, "I'm a Jedi like my father before me." I get chills every time. Especially after hearing Filoni explain like the little details of what that scene really means, what those lines that he says really means. Oh yeah, Ewoks, bro, you're right. I blocked them out of my memory. Yeah, man, the Ewoks are stupid. And to think that originally George said that they were supposed to be Wookiees instead of Ewoks. Come on, dude. It would have been way better if it was Wookiees. I get choked up when Vader saves Luke. Yeah. Or whenever Vader says, "Tell your sister you were right." Or like whenever Luke is like, "I gotta save you," and he's like, "You already have." Yeah, it's an amazing ending, man. Amazing ending to a trilogy. But in terms of the best individual movie, I would say objectively it's probably Empire, but subjectively I like Revenge of the Sith the best. Yeah, for sure, man. The dynamic between, I think a very underrated scene in all of Star Wars, but especially an underrated scene in Return of the Jedi, is the conversation between Luke and Vader before they go into the throne room. It's so good. It's like, it's so good that we get so much lore in that one little, like, if you watch that scene through the lens of someone who is watching Return of the Jedi and there's no other Star Wars content out there, it's just A New Hope, Empire, and now you get Return of the Jedi. Think about how much lore you get out of that one little conversation between Luke and Vader. There was so much lore. That's even when we found out, or not me, I'm young, so it's not when I found out, but it's when you would have found out that Jedi even construct their own lightsabers. Because Vader's like, "I see you constructed a new lightsaber." There's no way for anyone to know that Jedi construct their own lightsabers. Who knows how they make it? Who knows how they get them? The original one is Obi-Wan just gave it to him, and Obi-Wan doesn't say, this was your father's lightsaber that he made. He just says, "This was your father's lightsaber." Let me see what this link is real quick. Oh no.
This is the check.
I just ruined everything. Let's see. I hope I don't get copyrighted for this, but
Ambush! Little bitch! The Emperor and commoners have made enemies. So many enemies. Everyone who opposes Rome has allied with them. Whilst a massive barbarian army has swarmed across the Empire, wreaking havoc. And their army has grown tenfold.
Gotta pause it. Say some words. Please don't copyright me. Words. This looks pretty cool, but I still have no idea what kind of game this is, though. I don't know. Is this guy's arm chopped in half right here?
I swear to you, Centurion, Rome will not fall. Not today.
We must keep their army out at all costs!
Today, we fight.
Once her fate was in my hands.
Surrender! Enough!
Now, she's spearheaded the army of 1,000 tribes.
Defend your emperor!
Their giant beasts of war bore down our gates.
You have to go! You must live!
But if Rome falls, then our world will descend into darkness. I will never let that happen.
Fight for your father.
Is this like a single player game? Like, do you play through a story with this game? What's happening? I don't even know what's happening.
Fight for your legion. Fight for Rome.
I mean, it looks pretty good, but I would hope that it's your. Oh, okay. Third person action, command oriented battles. Okay. That looks pretty cool. Get the music back on. The Battle for Endor was nice, right? I remember liking that movie. It was alright. I don't know. It was alright. No, I like it. I definitely like that movie. I love that movie, but I think it could have been a little better. Single player game, hack and slash. Okay. Yeah, that seems really cool then. I really like those types of games. Return of the Jedi was my very first film in theater. Because of that, it would always be my favorite Star Wars movie, even though I know it's flawed. Yeah, my first Star Wars movie was Revenge of the Sith in theaters. So it's kind of the same for me. You should the speech in that game. Why am I lost? Damn, do I really have to go into the origin of my name? I don't know, man. Oh, I've seen Scene 38 reimagined a bunch of times. It's amazing. It's like, yeah. I wish that they could have had today's technology back then. Imagine how good the originals would be if they had technology that we had. Imagine the sequels if they had the original trilogy storytelling, or if the original trilogy had the technology of the sequels. One day, probably with John and Dave, we'll get all of it put together to actually make some really good content. One day we'll get an original trilogy level storytelling with the sequel trilogy level technology, effects, direction. Whenever that day happens, it will be one of the best days ever. Those TV movies are good for what they could do back darker. I don't even know what you're talking about. Ryan, Justin is lost because his dad left him. Yeah, true. Revenge of the Sith is definitely the best of the prequels. Yeah. Mr. Justin, if Mattel and Netflix were to cast out Kevin Smith, what creative storytelling or what story progression would you like to see in Motu Revelations? If I'm being honest with you, man, I've kind of lost interest in it. I don't really want to see anything, but all I want to see, I don't really care that much about the actual storytelling, the lore, anything like that. I just want to see He-Man doing cool stuff. I don't think that the show is meant to be that deep. Yeah, Golgo, we're positive today, man. Very positive. Positivity, you know. Very positive today. Well, me and Justin have something in common. What do we have in common? I've never played Injustice, but the assembled cutscenes make it an awesome mini movie. Never seen the cutscenes. Would have been so awesome to see the originals with the choreo. Yeah, that's another thing. Choreography of the prequels, technology of the sequels, and storytelling of the originals. One day they'll put them all together. One day. But yeah, I gotta end the stream, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'll go. We're being very positive today. Very positive stream. I'm proud of everyone. We're so positive today. I didn't even see Jeffrey type that much. So I appreciate everybody for being positive today. But yeah, if y'all are here for the first time, I'd appreciate it if you did subscribe to the channel. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but.
And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel.
I wish I could play the video of Mike Zero. I can't believe how much of a prop his arm looks like. It like comes out from the side. He's like, I don't know. He's trying to hypnotize people, man. I swear. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, man. I'll be doing streams like I don't know. I've been liking streaming a lot, so I'll definitely stream Friday. Might stream tomorrow, but we definitely have a stream Friday, and it's gonna be a Star Wars stream. Probably the entire stream. Remember now that we are the Lost Legion. Hail Justin, hail Ro. Yeah, we are now all called the Lost Legion. I'll check out the cutscenes, Glenn, for sure. I never saw that mini movie before. I'll check that out. I appreciate everybody being here. Make sure you leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Thank y'all for watching.